Gadfro's voice has fallen silent in this land. The Tuatha are frightened and disorganized. They run back to Alabastra to make their final stand. We owe you much. Our eyes are opened and our blades unsheathed. Cluricon is won, but the House of Pride stands between us and the final goal. We are now free to press forward. And I can take you to an old friend who knows the next step. Yes, we will take you to his filthy tower on the island of Danistar. He hides within, and has not emerged in some time. I would like nothing more than to let him rot there. But he knows of a way past the sentinel of the House of Pride. But there will be more danger on the path ahead. Take these blades to prepare for whatever troubles you will face at his tower or beyond. Far to the southwest, there is a darkened tree by the Caelid coast. Meet me there, and we can walk the shadow to the gnome's tower. Aelin Shear will be waiting there. She was most insistent to join in whatever business you have with the Collector of the Dead. Meet me at the Caelid coast. We will meet again at the shadowed tree on the Caelid coast.
The Tuatha are on the run. Good work. Plus, it's much more pleasant here without Gadflow bellowing at me from all corners. But enough pleasantry. Are you prepared for your reunion with Ventrinio? The notes we got from Octien say that you were employed as Ventrinio's assistant in his secret laboratory. You were with him in Alabastra when you died, but the notes weren't clear on what happened. I'm sure the two of you have so much catching up to do. Very forthright of you. I'm sure he'll be very reasonable. He probably won't even ask why you're back from the dead. Just make sure he lives long enough to get us into Alabastra, and you can count on my help. Of course, this is bound to be informative. I'm just disappointed I never had a chance to see the original Well of Souls. Sidon's band of merciless fae with lifetimes of training and everything to fight for? Yes, I think they'll be quite useful allies indeed. I've heard tales of his work, half trickster, half spirit of vengeance. Danistar is almost perfectly defended. Ventrinio could keep an army off of its shores. Good thing we found another way there. We are the charmed, the subtle, and the inspired. In happier days, we were the loftiest of the mortal races. We despise open war. But for decades, the Tuatha have been at war with us, pushing into our lands and forcing us to take up arms. For a long time, they were content to keep to their play of the summer and winter courts. Now we fight Gadflow and the Tuatha for our very existence. A close friend once told me, strive to be whatever you want to be. Fate might be a lie, but if it isn't, then worrying about it won't change a thing. None of us could have foreseen the rise of Gadflow and his army, but we should have, and now we're all facing the price. Believe it or not, the House of Sorrows is the most welcoming of the Unseelie houses. Then again, a viper nest is friendlier than the houses of pride and vengeance. The Fae of House Vengeance has always embraced their anger. Before Gadflow, they accepted it and controlled it. Now they wield it like a pair of swords. When mortals were welcomed into the Faelands, Vengeance already despised us as interlopers. When Gadflow declared war, they were already on his side. Niralem is the oldest living mortal. He remembers the time before even the Fae called these lands home. You should see how they cherish him. He rarely grants an audience to visitors. His tenders say he knows the future as well as the past. It makes him very particular about what he says. We've known for a long time that Prismere crystals allow us to store and focus magical power. The gnomes use it in their grander inventions when they can get it. But we have no idea how Gadflow got a hold of so much of it. It makes his Tuatha the most dangerous army I've ever seen. Secret Fae paths through elemental darkness? Magic like that should be closely guarded. Imagine how powerful it could be. The Summer Court, or the Seelie Fae if you prefer, embody the growth and energy of nature, but they can still be as aloof and uncaring as a brutal summer day. The current High King of the Fae is Titarian, the wisest of the Summer Court. While Gadflow has undermined the Winter Court, he tries to keep their cycle in balance. You haven't been around much, have you? The Tuatha have been pressing west from their home in Alabastra. Right now, they're only threatening my people. But if we fall, the Tuatha will turn their eyes to the other mortal races. Titarian isn't quite what you'd expect from the High King of Summer. but he hasn't got the arrogance of his cousins, or their cheer. Ever since Gadflow killed the High King of Winter and started the war, Titarian has become distant and melancholy, and blind to the dangers around him. The Tuatha are a radical sect of Fae within the Winter Court, led by Gadflow and his insane rants about their new god. They've taken power and declared war on mortals. They use raw prismia to enhance their power, and their devotion borders on madness. But the most terrifying thing to the Fae is simply the fact that their siblings have changed so completely. He's a worm, but a useful one. Octian took quite a risk setting him up in Cluracan. Must have made a lot of deals to keep him safely hidden away. The Winter Court, or the Unseelie, embrace the destruction and decay of nature. They aren't evil, but they aren't exactly the best of friends. Normally they share power peacefully with the Summer Court. But since the Tuatha have seized power, there is neither peace nor predictability. The Gardens of Issa, home of the Summer Fae, once spread from the forests of Dalentarth, across the plains of Erethel, and even through the deserts of Ditir. Between the madness of the war and the spread of man, Alfar, and Nome, the Summer Fae lose a little more ground every day. A tragedy for them. I believe our new friend has a disturbing path of living shadow.
Quick.
This island smells like death. Stay behind me. Whatever that gnome's been up to, it looks like he's made... Glad you did. Just as Hughes thought, then Trinio used the same wards from their old lab. This'll be quick. Follow me and be careful. The Laz are coming from somewhere.
The energy from the Well of Souls is overwhelming.
Damn it! What's wrong? And why are there so many Laz?
Sounds like our rat is caught in a trap. I'm sure he'd be happy to help whoever saves him. Careful, or we'll get trapped up there too. Here's where we part ways. I'll stop the Laz at the stairwell. I'll hold this staircase.
A new source of power? What sort of nonsense is this? If anything had come in here, my detection spells would have... Wait. Who's down there? Show yourself. Damn it all! I don't care who you are. Get up here! Must be the key to stabilizing the well. This is what I get for using all those soldiers. I never should have let them keep their swords. When you get up here, try not to look directly into the well. It can be a little upsetting. Damn it! Hurry! Before the whole well starts to collapse. Took your time, didn't you? Gods damn it! Ever since the Balor was defeated, the Chaos magic sent the well off its alignment. You show up, and now the Laz... Wait. What? It's you. You're alive. But I saw you die. I'm Ventrinio. Of course. You were my assistant here at the Well of Souls. You were going to help me change... But of course, that was before you died. It was terrible. You were the best assistant I ever had. Who else could have helped me get into Alabastra? Who else had that ambition? We got more than enough Prismere, but you wanted to track down the power source. Even if it meant sneaking right onto Gadflow's... I spent days trying to recover your body, but I never expected to find you alive, or for you to return. Speaking of which, how did you return anyway? Of course you did. We went there to steal Prismere to power the well. And you wanted to go... You went off, geared for war, sneaking into Baal itself. You damned fool! I had a better chance of bringing you back from the dead than I had of changing your mind. But I wasn't able to do either. What? That's impossible. You were attuned at this well. You've never even set foot in his lab. Ha! Hughes is a joke. He doesn't have the stomach for this work. Don't try waking the dead if you're not ready to make a few But the well is coming down around us. Quick! I've got to slow the energy and shut this thing down. And don't... Oh, damn it all! Here they come! The Laz are here! Hold them off while I try to stop the flow of energy to the well. Ignore the rumbling. Focus on the Laz. There. Perfectly safe. I think. Anything we can say? All my work gone. But at least we're still alive. Once again, I triumph over death itself. I won't be talked to like that by an assistant. I mean, I ought to watch what I say and offer any assistance required by the large, heavily armed people who outnumber me. So we're going to Alabastra. Speaking of not killing me, I want you to have this talisman. It's something I salvaged from my well, and it might just help you in Alabastra. We got in with a little... See, it's all because of Callus Dren, the defender of pride. In his house, no one can stand before him. None can even approach, unless you have my little secret. Patience, patience. You'll have it soon enough. I'm going to have to dig it out of the rubble of the tower. Go to the field of Huber, and I'll meet you there. And if you value your life, do not approach Dren. Just go to the field of Huber and wait for me. I'll meet you down there once I can find this damned essence. Get going.
I'll keep an eye
and
on
remember,
the gnome.
don't go near Dren until I get there.
Hopeless.
There's got to be a way through here. Any luck finding Ventrinio and his big secret? Aelin and Ventrinio together? I wouldn't turn my back on either of them, but I suppose we haven't got much. Speaking of trouble, here they come. This can't end here.
Sometimes one soldier can do what an entire army can.
You haven't tried going in there, have you? No, of course you haven't. You're still alive. This took a little longer to find than I had hoped, but it should be exactly what you need. Yes, but some of them were Fae. Now, did you know Dren had a twin sister in the Summer Court? She was immune to Dith, the Defender of Valor, and even though she passed on when her house fell, My early experiments with the Well of Souls provided quite a useful surprise. You see, when trying to draw life energy from the ether, I accidentally captured her essence. I was able to bind it. With this, you will be immune to Dren's power. It's not as powerful as it used to be, and it's specific to Dren. But it'll let you face him and live. No, I'm a scientist. I make monsters. And I happen to be the only one who can help you, so I'd consider showing a little risk. This essence only works for one person. Trouble is, he'll be immune to your power as well. But I'm sure... Now... Go show that defender.
I don't know what you're planning.
Turn back or die. Then you shall die like the... I made an oath to protect my house and my homeland. No power... I know your intentions are to free my people from the Tuatha. You seem an honorable sort. You even bear the blessing of my sister. But I have sworn an oath to defend my house and homeland. I cannot let you in without a fight, and you cannot win against me. If only things could be different. If only the Tuatha were gone and my sister was back. Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister and I were chosen to protect our kind. So long as our houses stood, the Fae would never pass from this world. I in pride, and we never imagined that our houses could crumble beneath our feet. Mortals led to the collapse of my sister's house, but with Gadflow's help, they shall not happen. He may taint pride with his Prismere and his obscene god, but it will keep us eternal. Before I knew the truth of Tuatha, I could never have known what my people would become. Fae never I cannot yield, but if your true intent is to stop Gadflow, then perhaps there is a way my house and my honor could remain If you would promise to spare the House of Pride, then we could put aside our powers and have an honest battle, win, and your army may pass. If this is the only way to secure a chance for... If you should win, then destroy the Tuatha in my house.
You did it! Guess I owe Ventrinio a drink. A promise is a promise, and the Witch Knights of Pride would be powerful allies to have on our... I'll send a few soldiers along to help. Meanwhile, I'll get the other troops ready to move into Alabastra once that gate opens. The gate to Alabastra still... Get that gate open, and the army will be ready to go.
With you here, we can't lose.
Halt! If you would be so kind as to have a word with us. I have been chosen by the remaining members of our house to... We were most honored by your intention to free us. We are in seclusion, so as best... I assure you, we will be more than happy to assist you in Alabastra. Loath as we are to get our hands dirty in this scuffle, perhaps we can offer a more... Simply carry forth and destroy Witch Knight Myrna, and her dreadful Prismere Chantry. We eagerly anticipate your success.
Well done, child. I should thank you for exposing the disloyal amongst my kin. But then, I have so much to thank you for. Pride? Their betrayal was the goddess of mercy awakens. And so, welcome to Alabastra.
We have seen our champion bested, our advantage lost, and our minds are cleared. House of Pride, in our ineffable wisdom, renounces the Tuatha and demands that you accept our immediate surrender. Your army is welcome here. We trust our benevolence will be well remembered, We thank you kindly, and our mages have already been assisting your army in their march into Alabastra. Most excellently spoke. Allow us to welcome you to Alabastra. We trust your visit will be eventful.
The House of Pride opened its gates and welcomed us as honorary champions. They say it's simple hospitality, but I suspect we have you to thank. Now is the difficult part. We can hold Cluricon, even push a little into Alabastra, but we don't have the forces to mount a siege on Gadflow. Once the House of Pride gives their word, they'll never break it. At least, not while it looks like we're winning. Our real problem is that we can't march the army through Alabastra. Not in formation, at least. This will call for smaller groups. Where armies have been fated to fail, you have the chance to succeed. But you won't be alone. The army will secure a base at the mouth to Alabastra. Meanwhile, the 5 of us will split up and infiltrate quick and quiet as we can. Meet at the House of Vengeance, on Gadflow's doorstep. From there, we strike at Baal, the heart of his empire. I'll see you in Alabastra.
Hope you've got better luck this time.
Hello. Praise Lyria! I thought you'd never arrive. Welcome to Camp Moondown. Are you with Captain Ancilla's company? We need soldiers, not heroes. Without help, we won't last long. Still, any help is something. Will you lend a hand? Thank you. That's a Tuatha now! Goodbye. Should give you a taste of what we've been up against. Tuatha see this camp as sacrilege. Thank you for your help. The tales of your that I don't. Tuatha took our healer. The weaponsmith ran off. They're camped on the land bridge to the south, but they're not going anywhere while the Tuatha hold Shadow Pass. If you rescue Colm, our injured could fight again, and we might... Raiders seized him 2 nights ago. Goodbye.
Hello, mortal. I am the Knave of Pride. Wait a moment. The hero of Melson Shear. Here to offer your services. You have impeccable timing. I have some Bulgans that need to be disposed of. They're everywhere. Big red faces. The stuff of nightmares. The Bulgan masters use them as foot soldiers when they can. They shouldn't be too difficult for the hero of Melson Shear. Well, get to work then, hero. Goodbye.
With horrors, screams, and ghostly face, we leave blood in a graven place. The forest black and nighttime sky, the blood that pours forth from your eye. A feast for maggots, craven all, that eat the dying when they fall. Instead of vibrant fighting flesh that fights the barghest and the thresh, that knows the plight of Seelie Fae, you who walked the Niralim's way, and reckon fates of mortal dust, and keep an oath or break a trust. We hunger for your corpse once more, to hear your cries and anguished roar.
Get out of here! It's a trap! Gods, the hero of me. I'm so sorry to have led you into that trap. I had no choice. They threatened to torture me. Forgive me. I've been wounded. Don't have the strength to... If I'm going to get back to camp, I'll need a path. Do you happen to have one on you? That feels better. If you escort me to the exit, move fast. Goodbye. Thanks for all your help. Goodbye.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Colm is back? Great news! A healer will patch our wounds, but we'll need our weaponsmith too. I don't suppose you'd agree to help us again. Anella is a curious sort, impetuous, full of what? She talked a lot about the Whispering Caves, so that's a goodbye.
Hello.
Hello.
fool. I was counting on the Tuatha guards to lead me to the staff once I got out of here. Now I'll have to consult the grimoire and retrace my thanks for nothing. Very funny. Oh, I see. The captain sent you, didn't she? Go back and tell her I'm not leaving without the Breath of Arbor. Come, I'll show you. Thank you, I suppose, for getting the staff back from those two. No point in keeping it for yourself. It'll only work for one, such as me, who can understand its whisper. Escort me to the exit where it is safe, and you can give me the staff there. What? What? Hello? You found the weaponsmith? Alive? And she brings with her a powerful magic? Such aid is more and well-timed. The Tuatha are on the move. Goodbye.
Good work out there today.
You have returned? No. Thank you, more.
Thanks to you, we might actually live to see reinforcements arrive. You could bring back the mercenaries. We hired them when reinforcements didn't come, but they've abandoned us. We'll need them if we are to hold a bit longer. Are you up to the task? They meant to desert us, but didn't get far before the Tuatha pushed. You'll have to deal with their leader, Gorham Kane. They have a temporary camp. Goodbye.
Hello. I don't need no more stragglers trying me for a penny. I've got nothing and wouldn't share it if I did. Damn parasites. High Fulgen's no place for the likes of you. Listen here. I fight hard for my living. If folks don't compensate me justly, I make for elsewhere. If Moondown wants our help, they either pay or help us get through this pass. I've got a feeling the Alfar up ahead have work and coin to spare. If you clear out the Tuatha watchtowers between here and Shadow Pass, we can give Captain Camwin a bit more of our time. What do you say? Fine. You must know a thing or two about sacrifice to talk like that. We'll go to Moondown and we'll fight, but after this I'm through with charity. Goodbye.
Uh-huh.
Hello. Thank you for restoring Camp Moondown and helping us repel the Tuatha. I am no great leader. I can't offer the inspiration. Speak to them. Inspire them to greatness. Goodbye.
What?
Good work out there today.
Hey! Hello.
I cannot thank you enough. Be safe in your travels and remember, you will always have friends at Camp Moondown. We are... Much obliged.
Uh-huh.
And he...
Agarth wanted me to keep an eye on Lady Shear. I've been reviewing my notes of our last trip to Alabastra, and I've come to some... I don't know exactly, but it must have been a tremendously powerful source of magic. You were attuned to the well in my lab, but Hugh's well captured your essence. The power in Bale seems to have been the missing element. What's more, I think that power is the source of the Prismere crystals. Something intelligent and malignant. The creature the Tuatha called Tirnoch. Something incredibly... She's not a god. Whatever Gadflow's been doing, so you've got to stop him before it...
By Lyria, it was you who stood against Balor when Telera fell. Fortune favors me today. I am commander of the Ariad. Do you bring word of my reinforcements? The ash covering the ground ahead is all that remains of my men. All fallen in our assault on that pass. The Tuatha have built a gauntlet of spell-casting sentries who greeted our every advance with fire. It's just, these Tuatha wage war like none I've known. Magical fires burning my men. But if you can neutralize these sentries, I will... Until later then. Has begun, but we must press on lest the Tuatha secure. There are more sentries ahead.
Each must be killed before we can advance. Until later, then.
There you are. Got myself a little tied up here. And is it a trick of the eye, or are these crystals growing? Just got myself tied up in some trouble with... Honestly, I haven't had this much fun in decades. Not on your life. This old man can still take care of himself, but I will take just a moment to catch my breath. Stupid old lungs. You should have seen Alabastra at its prime. Serene and beautiful as a sky full of stars. Keep going. I'll meet you at Vengeance.
Prepare to be sacrificed, mortal.
Excellent work. The main Tuatha encampment lies ahead. Take cover with me there, and we'll discuss the fight. The Tuatha are consumed by madness and deserve only death. We shall give it to them. Stay safe.
The skulls atop high fulgen shine, and coldly gleam in a precise line. For us who chew on hollowed bones, while alive we wail vapid moans. It's delight for us to feed, to feast, we the winter of the east. We the corpses in putrid bloom, we of decay and twilight gloom, will never halt our hungered wait, till spilled blood is on our plate. So come into our lands at night, and see an endless wintry sight.
The final Tuatha encampment is just... I cannot... We need only kill Decidin and stay safe.
The anger festers in the heart, and perfectly you play the part of hero to the summer's west, bringing Tuatha to their rest. Why do you try so hard in vain? Why bring the others senseless pain? Don't you see, mortal, don't you see the body impaled on the tree? Will you not witness their loss and feed upon the awful dross? Or walk again past corpses new, without care for the rotting few?
That's the last of them. We've paid a heavy price, but Shadow Pass is ours. I'll make camp here until reinforcements arrive. It was an honor to fight by your side. Maybe this... Until later, then.
The House of Vengeance enacted the whims of our mad king. The divided court became Gadflow's Tuatha by force or by rebirth. The Winter Fae dwindled before this wave of frenzied strife, and before long, they were soldiers in an immortal army, or they were outcast. The greatest of vengeance, Malwyn, Claran, Vescain among them, became his witch knights. War had come again to the Fae, but instead of by Lord Own, it was Gadflow the king without a winter. O gloried stranger in our land, bringing death with the fate's own hand, filling the graves with corpses new, that feed the vultures, mortals too. Yes, they'll eat the flesh of the dead, and tear the limbs off, and the head. They only need the slightest lie to give them reason as to why their minds should be free from all guilt, and that is how your morals wilt. Continue, stranger, in our home, where demons tread and evils roam.
You must hurry. There is much to do. Gask and his forces are preparing to march. They know about the caves and will not cease until every last one of us has been slain. And there are the survivors of Eventide to consider. I have not heard a whisper from across the pass. And Esha, she plots a fool's errand. We must stop her. Much to do. Forgive me. Ever since the Tuatha came, Omens, when he refused to worship, first, Gask's priests destroyed the clan. One day. That is all Gask needed to unravel many... Wonderful! His camp of Cadsimir is to the north. But be careful.
But Gadflow was not content to rule the Court of Winter. Mortals would bow before him as well. And so he made war on your people and drove them from the eastern lands. The Alfar fell before an avalanche of corrupted fervor. The Tuatha acted as one army and built the Prismere Chantries as new idols of their false mountain god, their Tirnoch.
awaits.
If you are here, then you are sold to the putrid lands of the old. Your lost body will burn, to crumbled ash will your bones turn. There is no hope left for your life. Wielding hammer, sword, or knife will not save you. You are the waste of a contempt's malicious taste. And what awaits your untuned mind is what you hope you'll never find. The vilest, darkest, blackest thing. The conscience of a reigning king.
I smell the stink of rotten flesh.
You're back. I was keeping an eye on you from a safe distance to see if you would keep your promise. I am amazed. I dared not speak of it, but there are prophecies of a mortal who would herald our kind's passing, while the defeat of Gask will count as a victory against the madness of Gadflow. I wonder if it is a harbinger of darker nights ahead. Prophecies aside, you have done as I asked, and we, the clan of Ashmore, recognize you. Farewell.
Agarth will not be far behind you. Neither of us saw any sign of Aelin Shear or Ventrinio. A scout on the ridge above saw the two. If you'd rather not wait, talk with Agarth. Time is of the essence. Careful. This is worse. The House of Vengeance. We all... Careful.
You foolish mortals, listen well to advice in this tale of atrocities that we will tell. Horror awaits the fools who fell and languish behind arcane veil. Of own they sung, but now a god proclaimed enchanting song. They worship on their earthen sod and bow their heads and pray and nod. Another name to bear their wrong. Flames of warlike engines roar and quake through heaven's path. In Gadflow's name they battle more. And then, despite the peace of yore, will murder neighbors in their wrath. They left you helpless and without hope, among the barren plains or searching for food on mountain slope, and finding only gallows rope. And then you thank them for your pains. So these two sides are yours to choose, and the evils they put out. One to kill you without a ruse. One you're merely tools for their use. Either way, a foolhardy seat.
Good to see you here. Ready? I am. But there hasn't been any sign of Aelin Shear or Ventrinio. Damn it all, I knew we couldn't trust her. I sent Ventrinio to keep an eye on her. He was sending me messages until recently. But there were fewer and fewer as we need to get through the House of Vengeance and kill the Cur. And we'll go. Listen, if we get stay on guard.
As the sun is to the forest, Tirnoch is to the Fae of winter. Some embraced this new god, this break from the great cycle. Others hid in the darkest of places. Gadflow spoke of Tirnoch, and the Prismere emanated its power. It is a source of magic and hatred. It no longer slumbers beneath Amethyst. The unbroken horizon of the winter is now the fiery haze of destruction.
Looks like this is it. Onwards! We're nearly there. this is it. This is it. Looks like this is it. That was amazing. Our forces can't keep going. Sidon and I will hold the head in, face Gadflow, end this. Good plan. I promise not to die if you don't. Just make sure you put us do that, and I predict... Trust me, I'm a fake...
My deepest apologies. Ventrinia was something of a hassle. Waiting for you, of course. And cleaning up. Ventrinio attacked me. If it's any comfort, he didn't suffer. The closer we got to Bale, that's why he had to be stopped. And why we need to talk about our mission. I wasn't sure I could trust you. You're not the same person you used to. We're running out of time. Lead on. I'm right behind you.
The winter court was still as fallen snow as the jester danced and capered. Juggling knives and torches, he sang to his lords and ladies, but none smiled. Not an eyebrow raised as the snivelling jester imitated the king, not even when he took the crown from his head. Because this was the day that Gadflow murdered the winter court. This was the day the Tuatha were born, and our people became a sacrifice for Tirnoch.
This is no time to dawdle. You and I carry on a duty that has been fulfilled for centuries. We keep the world from being consumed by greed, by war, and by Tirnoch. The ancient beast must stay sealed away at any cost. The world must never realize the terrible power Tirnoch offers.
Since the alabaster wall was young, the beautiful bone-white forest was a place of peace and meditation. No piercing birdsong nor heated word could find its way between the branches. Quiet thought prevailed until Gadflow shattered our land. The Tuatha's crimson axes chopped the forest for arrow shafts, and Tirnoch's Prismere spires rose up to consume what remained. Now our forest is shattered, and screams of warfare fill its boughs.
When Gadflow's army arose, we recognized Tirnoch's tainted influence. Only a force like her could warp eternal creatures like the Fae. So you came to infiltrate Alabastra, find Tirnoch, and seal her away forever. And you used Ventrinio to get in, under the guise of being his assistant. If you couldn't, you had to
The greatest
try.
heroes of winter have
Even though
always
the Fate
fallen
Weaver
from the
said
Vale's
you were
pale
doomed,
boughs. From
as
Pietra the
always,
Keen to
the Fate
Hulgan the
Weavers
Hungry.
were right.
When the Tuatha claimed dominance over us, heroes arose to defend winter. Gadflow laughed at their challenge and called up Tirnoch's wrath. In a second, our most loyal heroes were impaled by Prismere spires. Our heroes were
When I
gone,
found you in
never to be
Dalentar,
reborn,
when I
and our
saw you
people
had come back
succumbed
to
to
life.
Gadflow's madness.
I wasn't sure how much you remembered. I couldn't be certain you would keep our secrets. I considered killing you then and there. Nothing personal. You would have done the same to me. But then I saw what you had become. I saw the new powers you wielded. And I saw how useful you could be. No more delays. When I saw you...
And so, instead of an arcane age,
realized you weren't the same
Gadflow
woman
would
you
have
were
an
when you
endless
died.
winter.
You were more.
Not the winter of the
You
Fae.
were better than the...
In happier times, the winter court would come here to bathe in the colours of the midnight gardens, Night violets and pale moonflowers blossomed on a field of bluest grass studded with frost. When, at long last, Gadflow has crushed the Winter Fae, and his Tuatha rules us utterly. No longer are we reborn into this world, unless his god Tirnoch wills it so. This monster has crushed us, and our kind shall pass from this world. But our memories might yet last. When Gadflow is gone, and his god is left for another people to ravage, I may be freed from my tomb, and then I may share what dreams we made.
Last time you came here,
it
you
is
were
the
destined to
only
die.
immortality any
This
of us
time,
may hope for
your
now.
destiny is up to you. Now we have a chance to... This must have been a lot for you to take in at once. But I need you to be clear on who you... A lot has changed since you were here last. It isn't going to be as easy this time. And last time it killed you. If you only think you're ready, then you're not the same cocky bastard that I used to work with. Just make sure you do the job right this time. You can't count on having a third life. And it'd be a shame to lose the woman you've become. What are you, a moonstruck whelp? If you're going to waste time staring longingly at me, I'll gladly save us both the trouble and pry our eyes out. To save our world, Gadflow has to die and Tirnoch has... Now get in there. And try not... Lead on. I'm right behind you.
You don't understand, do you? The power of Tirnoch.
Yes! Return to your grave! Crumble, child of dust! Crumble, child of dust! Crumble, child of dust!
An illusion. If Gadflow isn't here, then he must be hiding further underground, someplace closer to the source of the Prismere. You needn't try to impress me, you know. Not anymore. Besides, we don't have time. Whatever bargain Gadflow made with Tiernok, we're close. This way. Tiernok is held captive deep in the Amethyst, but her prison is weakening by the moment.
I feel you here again, full of life, full of fate. What have you brought for me?
I can feel Tiernok's eyes upon us.
You've used your power well. So much potential. Let's have a taste, shall we?
She just tore out a part of the fates you've stolen and turned it against you. Perhaps it is not inaccurate to think of her as a god.
I have been imprisoned here since before your kind emerged from the dark. But now, my freedom draws near.
We cannot let Gadflow free Tiernok.
Gadflow's prayers weakened this prison, but he is not the one who will set me free.
Don't listen. You're the only one who has the power to stop her.
When you first came to me, death was your only fate, but I knew better use for you. And you were so eager to play your role.
You chose this? What does she mean by that?
I gave you freedom, and now you have returned to grant me mine.
Only you have the power to reseal Tiernok inside the Amethyst. I must keep the secret of her existence from the world. Once Tiernok is pushed back into her prison, these caverns must be sealed. But that leaves one question. Can I trust you to keep Tiernok's secret? There are things in this world that must remain hidden. If the power of the dragons were widely known, you've seen what has happened here. Gadflow tapped a fraction of her power. He upset the great cycle of the Fae and waged a genocidal war on the young races. Just coming in contact with her power managed to free you from fate's bonds. And if you can turn that freedom against her, she will have no power over Amalour. Nothing like you has ever existed before. As always, there's no way of knowing your future. If you're victorious, it may be the last time you change the fate of the world. Even if you fall back into fate's weave once her influence is gone from this world, it will be a far better fate than what Tiernok's emergence would bring. That is excellent, after all that you've done. It would have been a shame for you to die a second time. If you do escape, I will be watching you. And know this, anyone who learns the truth of what happens here, I will silence myself. Go. Stop Tianak from fully entering this world. But remember, my blades will always be at your back. This way. There's no turning back now.
Come, Fade Weaver. Bring me your power. Sacrifice yourself and seal the fate of your world.
It's time to choose your fate. Amethin lies beyond. This is where the dragon will breach the veil.
Come forward, mortals. Behold the birth of Tirnach. Attend your final hour.
My fate does not lie beyond those doors. You alone may change what is to come. Go!
Ah, yes. Welcome back, mortal. How does it feel, I wonder, to return to this place? Does the pain of your death still linger? Can you feel it echo through the air? And now, in this place, you shall witness the birth of Tirnach, the destruction of the Alpha, and the dawn of the endless winter. Yes, he comes. Tirnach the powerful, Tirnach the merciful. Qualla fella Tirnach, qualla sera Tirnach. Tirnach? Have I done well, lady? Are you pleased? Is it...
You have served your purpose.
But I have so much more to give.
Come closer. Give yourself to me. shall be your tomb. Years in this prison, and soon I shall be free. You are nothing but dust. Why won't you die? 'Impossible!
How could we have known that this would be a new beginning? I wonder now if we should have foreseen this outcome, but who knew then what fate would bring? I would have liked to have delivered this message in person, to see you one final time. That, however, would have been complicated. The order to which I belong had other plans. Were you ever to leave the crystalline fortress? When it comes to you, though, it seems no fate is written in stone. It was only through my assurances that your silence could be counted upon that either one of us still draws breath. I trust you will not make of me a liar. Were stories of what we have seen to begin to surface in the inns and taverns of Amalour, I would be asked to seek you out. And as we both know, the next time you die, there will be no return. But let us not speak of this. Your life is your own. Go now, and see what fate may bring you, or what fate you may bring. Perhaps one day in happier times, you and I will meet again. Until that day, I remain yours, Aelin Shear.
Well, well, but you're here and the war's all but over. So who are we to complain? Never had any doubt at all. And all I could think wasn't much longer before she left some kind of note for you. But I know better than to read a private message from the likes of her. There are still Tuatha who refuse to surrender, but yes, as for what's next. See, a lot of the soldiers asked me for readings after the fighting ended. Try as I might, I can't see a fate for any of us. Tyrnok, you don't expect me to think that Gadflow's god was real, do you? Whatever happened down there, though, it changed everything.
Good morning, ma'am.
The watch sees all in
Strong winds lately.
Welcome. Relax and rest a while.